this video, I'm going to explain the pros and cons of using social media and the different purposes to conclude whether social media is a good thing for the world or if it's a bad thing for the world. The very first recognizable and popular social media was created in 1997 and it was called 6 Degrees. Since then, social media has rapidly developed and changed to fit the user's desires. Social media has revolutionized the way that we communicate to other people because we can now instantly talk to people that are thousands of miles away from us. And just like with most things in the world, social media can be used for good or for bad. Social media has completely changed how business functions. Business owners are no longer limited to a certain location and to the cost of their product, because we can now sell worldwide and we can sell digitally, which means that products cost zero money to make, besides obviously the cost of a website and whether you buy like a premium website and your domain and those things. But the product itself is free to make. With the use of AI, we can communicate to others that don't even speak our language because AI can translate the language for us. With all those things, social media can definitely be beneficial to our society. However, social media has given everybody a way to speak, at least on the apps like Twitter, Rumble, and Telegram. Most other social media platforms will limit the things that you say. I've already gotten a warning on my channel for talking about COVID. All views and ideas can be shared to children, and as we already know from many studies, children can absorb information without really processing it or thinking if it's the right view to have or the wrong view to have. So it's very important that parents take control and teach their kids rather than just having the entire world teach their kids. Studies show that 73% of teenagers have at least seen porn, and of that 73%, over half of them said that they saw it by age 13. 15% said that they saw it by age 11. This is definitely an issue that needs to be fixed. However, should we sacrifice freedom of speech because teens choose to watch porn? And personally, my answer to that is going to be no. Freedom of speech should stay, and social media platforms are missing freedom of speech in the modern world, and I think that's a bad thing. Only one side is being shown to most people, and that is because a certain group of people are trying to promote their beliefs and their values onto most of the world. Many studies show that teens are spending at least 4 hours a day on social media, and that can be fine if they're using it for the right purpose. However, I think we can all agree that most teens aren't. The most commonly used social media platforms are YouTube, TikTok, Snapchat, and Instagram. And we can definitely agree that most of the content on these platforms are just purely for entertainment purposes. So, do we really think that most people are watching entertaining videos? MrBeast averages over 300 million views as found in the study done in 2022. And I feel no doubt that it's going up. With 25% of the world population being teenagers, which is 1.7 billion people worldwide, the average MrBeast viewer being under 25, we can basically assume that at least 250 million teenagers and or kids around the age of 11 are consistently watching MrBeast. This isn't 100% accurate, but it's the best way that I can try and figure out what teens are currently watching. We can see in China that TikTok is way more educational. In fact, it's purely just educational content. For TikTok, it is just 3-4 minute long videos about people working a job, teaching the kids how to do that job so that the kids can figure out what they want to do with their life and what work they want to do. And then whenever you look at most other places in the world, it is just short form, funny or entertaining content meant to keep people on the app for as long as possible so that they can profit. We can confidently say that there is an issue with social media, but can we really blame social media itself? I think that people like myself who have started self-improvement and are trying to better themselves and have quit watching, TikTok for 4 hours a day, if you were doing that, and watching purely entertainment videos for hours and hours a day, we can confidently say that we're now using social media for a good reason, to communicate with others, to learn more about educational topics, and to watch videos on educational topics. Things like this are positive for the world. However, it can also be used in the other way because of freedom of speech. Recently, Instagram made a change to the app where there's like a kid mode or whatever it's called, where teenagers aged 13 to 15 can be put under parent control and only be able to use the app for an hour a day, or maybe it like warns them after an hour. But I think it's where they can't use it for more than an hour a day, but they definitely cannot use it from 10 p.m. till 7 a.m. So that's nighttime basically. They cannot use the app. I think this is a step in the right direction. However, I don't think that social media itself should have to limit the usage for teenagers. As I said before, I think we should have freedom of speech, and that teenagers should be able to use social media platforms as much as they want, but they should also be listening to their parents. And the Bible actually tells us that children should listen to their parents. However, we've been taking God out of school and out of social media and kind of been hiding the topic and not really discussing it with children. And I believe that if parents were to gain back the respect of their children and teach them about God, that the social media usage, or at least entertainment content usage, would actually go down, which would be better for our society. And I think that society as a whole is crumbling because of the loss of strict parenting or just a strong family. I don't promote abuse, but I think that children should learn to listen to their parents, which it's crazy that I have to say that, but children should be listening to their parents, but their parents should also be teaching them the right things. The rise of self-improvement is slowly fixing this problem, as said in the Bible in Matthew chapter 7 verse 13 through 14, because narrow is the gate and difficult is the way which leads to life, and there are few who find it. I'm not saying that people who quit social media are all going to go to heaven, but what I am saying is that people who follow God are probably going to be less likely to purely watch entertainment content on social media. It's time to do the hard work, starting now.